Everything happens for a reason. Buddhist wisdom for life. The search for meaning. Have you ever faced a difficult moment in life and asked yourself, why is this happening to me? Many of us seek meaning in our struggles, hoping that every event, good or bad, serves a purpose. The phrase everything happens for a reason is often used as a form of comfort, but what does it truly mean? From a Buddhist perspective, life is not controlled by fate, nor is it random. Every experience is shaped by the universal law of cause and effect, known as karma. In this video, we'll explore how Buddhism explains life's challenges, how suffering leads to growth, and how we can transform pain into wisdom. If you've ever struggled to find meaning in hardship, stay with me until the end, because this might change the way you see your life forever. 1. Understanding karma, the law of cause and effect. Many people misunderstand karma, thinking it's about punishment or reward. In reality, karma is simply the law of cause and effect. Every thought, word, and action plants a seed. Over time, these seeds grow and shape our future experiences. Good actions lead to positive outcomes, while harmful actions bring suffering. For example, a person who consistently practices kindness and patience will naturally attract positive relationships. Someone who spreads anger and hatred will find themselves surrounded by conflict. Karma doesn't mean we are destined to suffer. Instead, it empowers us by showing that we create our own reality. The difficulties we face are not punishments, but lessons that arise from past causes. 2. Suffering as a teacher, the first noble truth. One of the most profound teachings of Buddhism is dukkha, the truth of suffering. The Buddha taught that suffering is an inevitable part of life. However, rather than seeing it as meaningless pain, Buddhism views suffering as a teacher. Heartbreak teaches us the value of love and connection. Failure teaches us humility and perseverance. Loss teaches us to appreciate the present moment. Think of your own life. Some of your greatest strengths likely came from your hardest moments. The struggles you faced made you wiser, stronger, and more compassionate. Everything happens for a reason, not because of fate, but because every challenge contains a lesson. 3. The power of acceptance, letting go of resistance. One of the biggest sources of suffering is resistance, wanting life to be different than it is. We resist change because we fear the unknown. We resist pain because we don't want to feel uncomfortable. We resist loss because we want to hold on to what we love. But Buddhism teaches that true peace comes from acceptance. Imagine a river flowing downstream. If you try to swim against it, you'll exhaust yourself and struggle. But if you let go and move with the current, you'll flow effortlessly. Life is the same. The more we accept what is, instead of resisting it, the more we find peace. For finding meaning in hardships, the story of the farmer. A famous Zen parable illustrates this wisdom beautifully. There was once a farmer whose horse ran away. His neighbors said, "What bad luck." The farmer simply replied, "Maybe." The next day, the horse returned with several wild horses. The neighbors said, "What good luck." Again, the farmer replied, "Maybe." Later, the farmer's son tried to ride one of the wild horses but fell and broke his leg. The neighbors said, "What terrible luck." Once more, the farmer replied, "Maybe." A few days later, the army came to recruit young men for war. Because his son's leg was broken, he was not taken. The neighbors said, "What a blessing." The farmer smiled and said, "Maybe." This story teaches us that we don't always see the bigger picture. What seems bad today might lead to something good tomorrow. Life is constantly changing, and sometimes, what appears to be a setback is actually a step forward. 5. Turning pain into wisdom, the Buddhist perspective on healing. How can we turn suffering into wisdom? Here are 3 powerful Buddhist practices. 1. Mindfulness, observing without judgment. Mindfulness means being fully present with our emotions without trying to suppress or escape them. If you're feeling sad, acknowledge it. If you're feeling angry, observe it without reacting. Over time, this practice allows us to respond to life's challenges with clarity instead of reacting out of fear or pain. 2. Impermanence, understanding that everything changes. Buddhism teaches that everything is impermanent. No matter how painful a moment is, it will pass. No matter how joyful a moment is, it will also pass. Understanding impermanence helps us navigate life's ups and downs with grace. 3. Compassion, turning suffering into empathy. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "How can this experience make me more compassionate? How can I use my pain to help others?" Pain becomes meaningful when we use it to uplift others. Conclusion: the wisdom of letting life unfold. So, does everything happen for a reason? From a Buddhist perspective, life isn't controlled by fate, but by cause and effect. Every event is an opportunity to grow. If we resist life, we suffer. If we accept it, we find peace. If we learn from it, we become wise. Instead of seeing challenges as punishments, we can see them as stepping stones to a deeper understanding of life. The next time you face a hardship, remember, this moment is teaching you something. Trust the journey. If this video resonated with you, leave a comment below and share your thoughts. And remember, everything happens for a reason.